Oh, that's pretty impressive. That's Annie Aiello. John DeCoste told us about Annie.
Yeah.
She's great.
Always Olivia and Olivia Newton-John Tribute. It's at the Raue Center. You can do it Saturday night, Mother's Day Eve, Saturday night, May 11th.
That's
Listen.
perfect.
Yeah, that is actually
Turn it up. Turn it up. Do you need me, Annie, to come out and play John Travolta?
For sure. Come on out. You're welcome to come. I've got a leather jacket for you.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Listen, I appreciate you playing hurt. I know you're not feeling great this morning. Got to take care of that voice for the show.
Exactly.
When did you become fascinated with Olivia Newton-John?
Oh my gosh. I've loved her since I've been 7 years old, honestly, since the 70s, for sure.
Right. And did you ever get a chance to meet her?
I did. I met her twice, actually. It was really, really awesome. A good friend of mine, he's a local musician here. His cousin is Olivia's background vocalist and was a vocal director. So he was able to get me backstage twice, and Olivia signed my greatest hits album and a CD I released, actually. Really awesome.
I interviewed her many times. She's stunningly beautiful, but she was also very sweet.
Very kind, yeah. I mean, who didn't want to be Olivia Newton-John when she played Sandy and she came out?
I didn't want to be her. It would have been awkward.
Well, but I am speaking to Annie because as a 7-year-old, when I watched Grease and she came out and the very end, she had her hair curled and the off-the-shoulder shirt, tight black pants and those heels. I'm like, I love her.
Yeah, it's a little intimidating to try and get out there and look like Olivia because I'm a short Italian and like 5'2" on a good day, and so I don't have the long legs that she had, but so I have to eat a little less pasta these days. But but no, I've just I've followed her music, and so I know so many of her licks and her vocal approach and just really studied her, and so it's been a blast to get out there and really tribute a woman that I've admired for so long.
And the cool thing is too, I don't think a lot of people know this. She did not have an easy life. She had a marriage where a husband went rogue and sort of disappeared off the radar, which is a whole weird thing. And she had constant health issues, and yet I met her in different stages. She was always the same. Couldn't have been sweeter. Couldn't have been a nicer person.
Yeah, a portion of the proceeds of every concert we do goes to benefit the Olivia Newton-John Cancer Wellness and Research Center, which she started. Great. She started that in her own name. She's been a cancer survivor. She was a survivor for 30 years.
Wow, that's
a
great way.
That's a good thing to give it back.
Well, it's a great way to honor her legacy and her voice. True, too.
Well, it's so personal to all of us, I mean, I guarantee every one of us has been hit with some sort of, either a relative or somebody in our midst, right? Yeah. And so I think it's just something that all of us can relate to and certainly get our arms around and want to give back. So my dad, I've lost family members to cancer, and so it's really meaningful to me too to give back. So it's a win-win for sure. So.
Annie, I'm just curious because we did talk on the phone earlier this week, but when you're not feeling 100% and you've got your set list, do you go over it again and go, you know what, I'm going to switch this song with this one because I don't think I can do that one. I don't want to take a chance on that one. And I don't mean that as a pun because I think that's one of the songs. I just realized that, but no.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, Richard Coranda is a good friend of mine. I live in Crystal Lake.
He is the best.
I could literally throw a stone to the Raue Center. I grew up in Arlington Heights. I'm from Chicago, but I just got off the road. We were doing an entire spring tour. We were in Florida, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Wisconsin, and we just got back from North Carolina last weekend. And I called my doctor, and I'm like, I'm going to need something a little extra strong to get me through this this trip. And so, we were able to sing all the songs, and honestly, both myself and my lead singer, we were both sick. And, you don't think about that when you're on the road. You don't think about people that have to get up in front of others and sing. And you're just like, gosh, how do you navigate, illness? But I don't know how I was able to do it. A lot of steroids were very helpful. But I promise, Richard, I'm going to be fine for next Saturday. I promise. So sometimes you just have to approach the song a little differently, and you might have to not sing so high, or you just navigate it down a little. And if you're sick, and you can't sing through it, or the audience is super helpful and understanding, and these are going to be my friends and family. So if they're not understanding, I don't know who will be. But
Yeah, I was just curious if maybe you pulled one of those where, come on, everybody sing.
Oh, that's funny.
Everybody finish off this
Yeah,
song.
you get like old rock guys who forget the lyrics.
Do the next one. Yeah, right.
yeah,
Right.
the Have You Never Been Mellow? That's a little bit up in the rafters. So sometimes
yeah.
you gotta you gotta float those. But for the most part, I've been really healthy on the road. So I'm really grateful for that. And this whole thing has just been unbelievable. I mean, I didn't plan this. I didn't plan the timing of this show coming out all in the midst of, we've been on the road for about a year and a half. We were nominated Tribute Artist of the Year. And how it started is I was at a concert at the Genesee Theater in 2017, and I knew Olivia had just come out with being diagnosed with metastatic cancer. And, I've been a fan all my life. And so I walked out of that show going, oh man, who's going to do her music live? And I just sort of had a planted seed back then to said, maybe I could do that. Maybe I could sing her music live. And so, during COVID, all my musician friends were unemployed and they had nothing to do really. And so I was able to employ some of the best musicians in Chicago to work on our show.
That's great.
And yeah, I mean, these guys play for, Oprah Winfrey and American Idol and Jersey Boys. I mean, they're not anything to sneeze at. They're fantastic. And so we were able to build the show during COVID, and then we released it early 2022 in March. We released it via video on YouTube. And come August, Olivia passed. And so we happened to have this show done, and then she died. And so I've just, I'm so honored to, I've been in touch a little bit with her family members, and they're very grateful that we're doing this. And it just to have that endorsement in some way is just so helpful, because
I know they appreciate it because you're keeping her memory alive.
Sure.
The music lasts forever, but it only lasts forever if people keep singing it and keep listening to it.
Right.
All right, so John, how do we get tickets?
You go to rausecenter.org. That's RAUE center.org. That's in Crystal Lake. And I don't have the box office number.
But all these years,
I know all the things we've done, and I don't.
How about
shoot?
How about 815-356-9212?
No, that's not it.
815-356-9212. That's the box office number as well.
Yeah, there it is. Yep. Yeah, you got
Okay,
it.
that's good. That's good.
Enjoy the next week getting ready, and thanks for coming on, Annie, and
You
great
guys,
work.
thanks for having me.
Thanks, Annie.
Yeah. Kayla, I'm looking forward to a great show.
You're going to be John Travolta, right?
Yes, I'll be there. I'll be there. Yep.
Okay.
All right, leather
You're going
pants
to
sold
sing
separately.
You're the One I Don't Want.
You're the one that's a stalker. Annie Aiello, beautiful voice, man.
When we started playing the clip, and I looked up a couple of...
Is that
I was
her?
Like, yeah, I'm
I
like,
thought
wait
it
a
was
minute. Is
Olivia
that
Newton-John.
Olivia?
I'm like, oh, no, that's Annie.
Yeah, it sounded just like
Really, she's phenomenal.
What's super cool about this tribute is that because Olivia Newton-John is such an icon and her music is just so notable and memorable, this could become like a play or a Broadway thing and not just a touring act.
True.
Yeah, that's true.